Being honest may not get you a lot of friends, but it'll always get you the right ones. Don't worry about what other people are thinking about you because everyone is only thinking about themselves. Every second you spend comparing your life to someone else's is a second spent wasting yours. Working out can help you feel better about yourself. Don't get emotionally attached to anyone. People change. Even your best friends can turn into strangers one day. Learn to be content and happy by yourself. If you need company to be happy, it will make you weak. Jane. Share your progress, not your goals, and you'll always be motivated. Don't be afraid to be alone. Being by yourself is far superior to being with crappy people. The people who ask the most from you are the people who do the least for you. Take your responsibilities seriously, but not yourself. Fear is not there to stop you, it's there to show you that you're interested and that you care. Don't make permanent decisions based on temporary emotions. If you put her on a pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you. People give you advice based on their perspective. Not everything in your brain needs to come out of your mouth. Don't do anything that you will have to lie about later. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people appear bright until you hear them speak. Don't look for happiness. It's always inside you. You owe nothing to your younger self, but you owe everything to your present self. Self-care is realizing that you are your greatest obstacle. Your parents were correct multiple times, even if not academically qualified. Stop insulting them when they advise you. Act like you've been there before. Overthinking ruins you. It twists situations, creates futile worries, and makes everything worse than it actually is. If you're going to get angry about something, ask yourself, will I remember this in 10 years? You only get one body, take care of it. You'll have it all your life, and while it's incredibly resilient, it can only give back what you put into it. If someone emphasizes that they are telling the truth, you can be sure they are lying. All you have power and influence over is what you decide to do with the time you are given today. You will never ruin a role if you play yourself. Don't compare the behind the scenes of your life to someone else's highlight reel. Just because you miss someone doesn't mean you need them back in your life. Missing is a part of getting over. First, you choose a partner based on their looks and enjoy until you realize that your kids will not be raised by looks but by values. You cannot have everything. You always exchange something for something else. To know who your true friends are, look for the ones who say good things behind your back and bad things to your face. Letting go is very hard, but it's the best thing to do with time. The more wins over fear you accumulate, the more fearless you will become. Never make someone a priority who only makes you an option. People, when patience pans out, you realize you've not waited for long. You've got to love yourself before you can love others. When something happens and it causes us pain, the pain is there to teach us a lesson. It is not so that we feel pain for the sake of pain. Good judgment comes from experience, and experience comes from bad judgment. Do not let the memories of your past limit the potential of your future. There are no limits to what you can achieve on your journey through life, except in your mind. We must meet the challenge rather than wish it were not before us. Letting go isn't a one-time thing, it's something you have to do every day, over and over again. Difficult roads always lead to beautiful destinations. There comes a time in your life when you have to choose to turn the page, write another book, or simply close it. When you come out of the storm, you won't be the same person who walked in. Courage is the most important of all the virtues because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. Most people will deceive you if you give them at least half a chance. You don't drown by falling in the water. You drown by staying there. Life is inherently risky. There is only one big risk you should avoid at all costs, and that is the risk of doing nothing. Every next level of your life will demand a different you. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. Don't let anyone ever make you feel like you don't deserve what you want. The chief danger in life is that you may take too many precautions. The most important thing in life is learning how to fall. Bad days build better days. Let the improvements of yourself keep you so busy that you have no time to criticize others. People tend to complicate their own lives as if living weren't already complicated enough. A tough lesson in life that one has to learn is that not everybody wishes you well. There is neither happiness nor unhappiness in this world. There is merely the comparison of one state to the other. Only a man who has felt ultimate despair is capable of feeling ultimate bliss. Hard times are sometimes blessings in disguise. We do have to suffer, but in the end, it makes us strong, better, and wise. Rehearsing situations in your head is a waste of time. The situation will always be different than anything your imagination will come up with. People will walk in and out of your life, and those you least expect will become past remembrances of a temporary time you once thought was permanent. One of my biggest lessons in life is that we heal at the speed of our forgiveness. A little foolishness is enough to enjoy life, and a little wisdom is needed to avoid the errors that will do harm. Hard times don't create heroes. It is during the hard times that the hero within us is revealed. Happiness is not the absence of problems, it's the ability to deal with them. The great courageous act that we must all do is to have the courage to step out of our history and past so that we can live our dreams. Nothing in your life will change unless you change. You think you know someone, but mostly you just know what you want to know. It took a long time, but I have learned that you just can't take anything you want out of life without putting something back in exchange. Instead of worrying about what you cannot control, shift your energy to what you can create. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. You can't understand everything immediately. Sometimes you need to wait. Goodbye set you free. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. If you have a strong purpose in life, you don't have to be pushed. Your passion will drive you there. Life changes for the better when we realize that we don't have to know everything, and we don't have to pretend that we do. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness in people. It's never too late to reinvent yourself. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit. Sometimes you have to let parts of yourself go, or you'll never be happy. Obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. You can't always get what you want, but if you try, sometimes you get what you need. The first step toward getting somewhere is to decide that you are not going to stay where you are. The hardest thing to learn in life is which bridge to cross and which bridge to burn. All you have to do is pay attention. Lessons always arrive when you are ready. Facing your emotions gives you more strength and happiness in the long run than shutting them down or ignoring them.